Hey, I'm Matt, one of the designers here at Red Shark, and today we're going to be in Photoshop looking at the content aware fill. Be sure to download our working file from the newsletter, and this one will actually include the 2 images that I'm using as well.
Okay, so like I said before, we're going to be in Photoshop today looking at the content aware fill. This one's super simple, it's very easy, and it's very satisfying as well. So to hop right into it, I've got my image here. It's just a beach photo that I found online. I've duplicated it here so I can have 2 just in case. And what I'm going to do is we're going to get rid of the umbrella over here with the people and then the 2 umbrellas over here with these people as well. So to start this, what we're going to do is grab our lasso tool out of our tool panel and then just draw around our shape that we want to get rid of. So we have made our selection. Now I'm going to go edit, fill, or down below fill and content aware fill. And it's going to pull up a new panel and you have this green area around this. So this green area is basically showing you where you're sampling from. And over here on the right, we see what it'll look like after we replace it. So in this instance, I don't want to use this sand that's been hit by the wave already. It's too smooth and too uniform compared to what we're doing. And I don't want to use this area around this other umbrella either because of the shadow and the color. So we'll just paint out what we don't want to sample and let the program do its work. And as you can see over here, it's like it was never there. Once we hit OK, we can use Command D to deselect, and this function will actually throw it on a different layer for you, so you can just turn that on and off and see what it looks like before and after, and go back and make any more edits if you want to. We're going to go back to our original photo now and come into this even bigger selection with the 2 umbrellas and a much larger shadow and do the same exact thing. Just going to use my lasso tool, or you could use the pen tool, or you could use the magnetic lasso tool, any of that. Just make my selection, go back, edit, content aware fill. It's going to pull this up again. And also you have these indicators over here. You can change the color of what you want your selection to be. Mine's just green because it's my favorite color. But we'll come in here and do the same thing, get rid of all this smooth sand and the areas around this. Zoom out a bit. And all this up here on the brush, we don't want any of that either, because it just doesn't make sense for it to be in the middle of the beach. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Give it some time to process. It looks like we're pulling some from down here too. Boom, there we go. I'm gonna hit enter, Command D, and boom, there we go. Now we have a beach with only 1 person sitting on it. So we turn these back off and get the original photo, turn them back on, and there we go. Only 1 person's on the beach. Okay, so for our second one here, I've chosen a more real world. Okay, for our second one here, I've chosen a kind of a real world photo that you might see. Let's just say that you went on vacation and you were hiking and you took this photo in the mountains and you wanted to have it printed off real big on a canvas or something, but you noticed that this guy with his red book bag is in the way. I mean, he was just enjoying the view too, but he's in your photo. So what I've done is I've already made my duplication of my background layer, so we have an original to go back to if we need to. And I'm going to do the exact same thing I did before on the beach and just make this selection around him as tight as I can so that we have more room to sample later. Come up here, finish that. Alright, now we're going to go edit, content aware fill, you guessed it. Let this pull up. I'm going to zoom out a bit here. And I'm going to go ahead and erase, all of this up here where the snow meets the trees, because it doesn't make sense to have snow in the middle of our path here at the moment. So we get rid of that. And then some of these up close bushes have a bit too many flowers for me right now. So I'm going to get rid of those corners too. Probably up here in the shadows. And as we can see, our guy's gone. We hit OK. Command D to get rid of our selection. And to the naked eye, that photo looks like no one was ever there. If we zoom in a bit though, I did see 1 more person. So we'll come over here, even though it's pixelated, and get back to our original, because it made our second layer here. If you were to try to do content aware on this one that we got rid of the guy on, it would throw you an error and you wouldn't be able to do it. So make sure you're on your your main photo, your big photo. And just come in, make the selection around this little guy. And this one will be way easier because he's so small and he's in the background. So edit content aware fill one more time. Paint out that snow or rock, whatever it may be. And same for right here. And then we'll just hit OK again. Command D, zoom out. And now no one's in your photo.
If you found this tutorial helpful, please give us a subscribe and a like. Follow us on Instagram for more tips and tricks, and subscribe to our newsletter for all things RSD.